The ICAC arrests 5 people on suspicion of scamming government subsidies in a social welfare department scheme. Football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has arrived in Hong Kong. And the 5th Black Rainstorm Warning Signal this year is issued today. Hello and welcome to TVB News. I'm Melissa Hekalea. The Independent Commission Against Corruption arrested 5 people on suspicion of scamming government subsidies through a scheme under the Social Welfare Department. The scam involves a sum of $18 million. Mimo Singhai reports.
The ICAC received a referral case from the Social Welfare Department, which suspected someone might have scammed government benefits via the Community Care Service Voucher Scheme for the elderly. After investigating the case, the ICAC launched an operation last month and arrested 2 men and 3 women, aged between 27 and 57. A registered nurse and a registered occupational therapist were among the arrestees. They were the masterminds of the case. The 2 also operated their own private care agency. The duo started collaborating in 2023. After registering their care agencies under the voucher scheme, the suspects urged members of the public to arrange for senior citizens to join the government program. They then made false representations to the Social Welfare Department that the care agencies had offered home care and support services to the elderly to defraud the government to obtain subsidies. The monthly subsidy of each applicant were $10,000, which was split between the care agencies and family members of the elderly. The suspects also allegedly altered timesheets to conceal the fact that the agency did not provide services to the elderly at home. The ICAC said the care agency had claimed to provide services to about 20 to 200 elderly applicants per month, receiving a total subsidy of $18 million.
It's an isolated case, and this is the first time that we discover the involvement of healthcare professionals as the mastermind of the fraudulent scam. Corruption is like cancer, and we have to remove it, stop it at the early stage.
SWD will consider terminate the service agreement with the service provider concerned. If there are any subsidy released to non-entitled body, the SWD shall take appropriate action to recover all the overpayments.
The ICAC said further law enforcement actions will not be ruled out as the investigation is ongoing. Mimo Singhai, TVB News.
2 new confirmed chikungunya fever cases have been reported in the city involving a father and daughter who visited Bangladesh. The pair are now in stable condition. The Center for Health Protection said the 2 infected patients, a 50-year-old man and his 8-year-old daughter, had been to Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, from July 20th to August 10th. The authorities said they weren't sure if both of them were bitten by a mosquito. As of now, Hong Kong has 8 confirmed cases of imported chikungunya fever. Cristiano Ronaldo arrived in Hong Kong today. The football superstar is expected to take part in the first ever Saudi Super Cup to be staged in East Asia next week. The Portuguese player and his teammates from Al Nassr arrived at their Chimchachu hotel, where waiting fans cheered at the sight of their idol, the 5-time World Footballer of the Year, which he won while playing for Real Madrid and Manchester United, also won a total of 5 UEFA Championship leagues. According to sources, his itinerary includes visiting a museum dedicated to his career and interacting with local students. Al Nassr will play in the Saudi Super Cup from August 19th to 23rd. And the Hong Kong Observatory issued its 5th Black Rainstorm Warning of 2025 earlier today. As Tropical Cyclone Podul weakened and kept its distance from Hong Kong, the weather forecaster canceled all tropical cyclone warning signals at 12:20 p.m. and all rainstorm signals by 4 p.m. At least 6 cases of flooding were reported. Samantha Lee tells us more.
Heavy showers pounded the city as tropical cyclone Podul made landfall in Fujian, about 300 kilometers from Hong Kong. At the crack of dawn, the observatory issued the Black Rainstorm Warning Signal, which was upgraded to red after about an hour. At 7:50 a.m., the observatory replaced it with black, the highest level signal for around 3 hours. The rain bands were moving from the northwest to the southeast. The central and western district was hit the worst, while Tumun, Kwai-ching, and some outlying islands also experienced torrential rainfall. In Western District, flood water inundated Chiu Kwang Street as the Drainage Services Department helped to clear up the water. The robotic water-pumping dragon was deployed to drain flooded areas in Pak Fu Lam. The Black Rainstorm Warning Signal was issued as many employees were commuting to work, and some of them had to return home. This man said he wishes the observatory could make weather warnings as early as 6 a.m. when many people are departing for work. The Labor Department made recommendations for work arrangements in times of poor weather, but different companies have different arrangements. This man said his manager once said workers can take leave if the rain is extremely heavy, but their holidays might be deducted. The Labor Department reminds employers they should neither deduct wages, annual leaves, nor ask for additional hours of work for employees who are not able to report for duty on time due to adverse weather. Samantha Lee, TVB News.
The Black Rainstorm Warning Signal this morning delayed the opening of the HKTDC Food Expo at the Convention and Exhibition Center. Doors were scheduled to open at 10 a.m. Many visitors lined up outside. The fair eventually got underway shortly after 1 p.m. This year marks the 35th edition of the annual gourmet extravaganza. Many vendors priced their products at $35 or at 35% of the original price. The Hong Kong Trade Development Council announced that the event's running time will be extended for an hour and close at 11 p.m. each night from Friday to Sunday. The event runs until Monday. U.S. President Donald Trump said there will be severe consequences if Russian President Vladimir Putin doesn't agree to stop his war in Ukraine after their Friday summit in Alaska, although he didn't say what those consequences might be. Trump's comment came after a virtual meeting between European leaders, including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who told the group that Putin is bluffing about seeking peace. Tracy Furness reports.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and European allies held a virtual meeting to discuss the Russian-Ukraine war ahead of the Trump-Putin summit in Alaska Friday.
This meeting on Friday that President Trump is attending is hugely important. We have to combine active diplomacy on the one hand with military support to Ukraine and pressure on Russia.
Starmer also reiterated what Zelensky said this week, that there could be no negotiations about Ukraine without Ukraine in attendance. He also stressed that international borders cannot be changed by force, referring to Russia taking Ukrainian territory in 2023 and again in 2024.
There can be no negotiations about Ukraine without Ukraine. And that's been a long-standing principle of this group. And I know Volodymyr is on the call and will be absolutely clear in relation to that. And along with that, that international borders cannot be and must not be changed by force. And again, that's a long-standing principle of this group.
This, as the US president said Wednesday, there will be very severe consequences if the Russian leader doesn't agree to stop the Ukraine war after the Friday summit.
Will Russia face any consequences if Vladimir Putin does not agree to stop the war after your meeting on Friday?
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
There will be
be?
consequences.
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences.
Welcome back. Air Canada says it will begin a gradual suspension of flights to allow an orderly shutdown of the country's largest airline as it faces a potential work stoppage by its flight attendants on Saturday. The airline said the first flights will be canceled Thursday, with more on Friday and a complete cessation of flying by Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge by the weekend. The union, representing around 10,000 Air Canada flight attendants, has issued a 72-hour strike notice. In response, the airline issued a lockout notice. Air Canada said customers whose flights are canceled will be notified and will be eligible for a full refund. Back locally, the government today released the provisional estimate of the Hong Kong population, which they put at over 7.5 million. The Census and Statistics Department says 7.5275 million is the figure as of mid-2025. The government says a net inflow of 18,200 Hong Kong residents was recorded over the period from mid-2024 to the middle of this year. Authorities say many people have moved to Hong Kong from the mainland and other places, which has helped stabilize the population. The Consumer Council tested 28 pairs of shoes for primary school students and found that nearly half of them contain harmful substances. The worst cases could cause skin ulcers. Celine Chan has more.
With only around half a month to the new school year starts, many parents are buying new shoes for the children. The Consumer Council tested 28 pairs of shoes for primary students, priced between $198 to $599, and discovered that 13 of them contained harmful substances, including formaldehyde and aromatic amine. 2 pairs were found to contain chromium-6, which could cause lung cancer, with levels of 4.5 milligram and 5 milligram, exceeding the EU limit of 3 milligram per kilogram. While children may wear socks, prolonged contact could still lead to rashes and dermatitis.
Chromium-6 is typically formed through oxidation of chromium-3 compounds used in leather tanning. As it can cause cancer in the lungs, the International Agency for Research on Cancer has classified it as a Group 1 carcinogenic to humans agent. Using leathers containing chromium-6 could cause rashes, ulcers, and allergic reactions resulting in contact dermatitis.
The other 2 pairs are found to contain reproductive toxic phthalates such as DEHP and DBP in their inner soles and insoles, exceeding EU safety limits. These chemicals may harm sexual function and development, with 1 pair containing 86 times the EU limit. The Council noted that while phthalates are not easily absorbed through the skin, risks increase if a child has wounds or eczema. Parents are advised to teach their children to wash their hands after handling shoes to avoid indirect ingestion through contact with food and their mouths. Shoes with harmful substances may not be the only thing that parents are concerned about. Shoe sizes is another common issue. The Consumer Council doesn't recommend children wear shoes that are 1 size too big. The maximum extra space at the toe should be around 0.5 to 1 centimeter, which is roughly the width of a finger. Celine Chan, TVB News.
The University of Hong Kong has teamed up with charity organization Orbis to use an AI technology to assist in the early detection of glaucoma in patients. Debbie Tang reports.
Glaucoma is one of the most common eye diseases and can lead to blindness in severe cases. But the wait time for new ophthalmology appointments can be 2 years. Since 2023, the Department of Ophthalmology of the University of Hong Kong's Medical School has cooperated with Orbis to conduct large-scale eye examinations with the help of artificial intelligence for about 5,800 public housing residents aged 50 or over, and 6.9% of those were found to have glaucoma. The new equipment uses AI to help analyze the eye images, which helps to improve the efficiency of early glaucoma detection. Family doctors, optometrists, and nurses can refer to the preliminary diagnosis to give more targeted treatment. The equipment not only detects glaucoma, it can also handle other eye diseases, such as macular degeneration and macular edema. Diagnosed patients can be referred to specialist clinics, and people with light symptoms can be treated at community health centers. Next year, the equipment will be applied in the specialist clinics in Western Hong Kong Island and Eastern Kowloon, and the wait time is expected to be shortened to 8 weeks.
This is our goal. Our goal is to set this up not only to be implemented in Hong Kong, but hopefully in the Greater Bay Area, extended to Greater China.
Professor Leung said the current challenge is the public's acceptance of AI.
We rarely hear how AI can be put into practice. And I think this is something that we are now going to put AI into practice, and we hope the model, the paradigm we set up here will make a change.
According to Dr. Liang, the examination takes less than 1 minute and the report will be generated automatically. Each machine can test 20 to 30 patients in half a day. Debbie Tan, TVB News.
That's the news. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.